Okay, so we're going to go on and do the back of the body now. So just for simplicity's sake, what I'll do is we'll take these top ones and we will use them to make our back here. Alright, so we have our neck. Oops, let's go back to our pencil tool here. We have our neck. Now the first thing we have to do is we'll chuck in this line for the spine here. Goes right down the center of the back. Now these top muscles here, they're joining to the neck. They're the traps or trapezius muscles. They're these ones here. You can see they join into the shoulder. We'll get into that later. And what happens with these muscles, I'll just do this arm first here, and then we'll get into that actually. Alright, so these muscles come in and down like this. Like so. And they come up like this, and our head would be in here, but we're not worrying about the head for now. Okay, so then we have our rhomboids, should be here, like so, and they do kind of have a separation there like that. And then we have our lats, like this. And again, our lats would be this part in here. Like that. Okay. Obviously you'd be able to see some of our oblique muscles, and we have our lumbar region here, like so. Alright. Pretty simple. I'll just quickly clean this up a little bit. So I'm not worried about the arms. Again, get into that next. And sometimes the lumbar region can have a shape kind of to it like that. Alright, so Let's do it raised up now. And then we'll go in and we'll pick out these muscles. So again, you'd see the trapezius muscle here. It's really contracting up into that neck. And then stretching. This part would be contracting, this part would be stretching. That's our rhomboids there. Again, our lat would be stretching up there as well. So we'd have something like this. And then what I might do, how much space do we have? Not much. Let's try and compress this over. Yeah, we'll fit this guy in here like that. And we'll get to him in a minute. First we'll finish this off. So what we're getting here with this one is the opposite of this. So you can see the chest is kind of concave. So it's going in like that. So on the other side now, because this is obviously we're looking at this from the back, this is going to be concave. So the muscles are going to be much more stretched out. Okay, and I'll just again I'll clean this up. So we have this rhomboid really popping out this way, stretching out that way, and the lat stretching out that way as well. Obviously the obliques and the lumbar section pretty much stay the same. like that. So you can see in this one here, what we might actually do is, I don't think we need, actually yeah, we'll do it anyway. Alright, so this is where the shoulders are pulled away from each other, or towards the front of the body. With this one here, we're going to push the shoulders in. Just going to do it rough first, and then we'll clean it up after. Alright, now let's clean it up. And of course the trapezius here are really going to bunch up, which is what's going to create this kind of bulge there. Okay, we get something like that. Alright, now let's go in here and we will pick out the muscles. The first one will be the traps. So that's these ones here, and essentially what we've got some big forms like this. You can see this one here is more stretched out. And this one here is really, really bunched in. Like that. Okay, so that's the traps. So the rhomboids. So let's change that color, make it a little bit. No, let's just color pick this one. something like that. Okay. This is what the muscle would look like. And this is important for later if you get a really, really ripped guy, or some kind of Hulk character. You really want to emphasize the detail on the muscle there. You can really see this one bulging. Like that. What I might do is I'll just grab this guy and I'll just erase half of this. So I'll keep half of it so that you can see the drawing. All right. So then we have the lats now, which is the biggest muscle on the back here. So you can see it really stretch up and pinch in here. So do remember, like I said before, every muscle has, this part where it's attached and then a part where it's inserted, okay? So this one's a lot more stretched. And then this one here is a lot more contracted. Like so. And then last, we'll just chuck in the lumbar one now. And this is the lumbar region down here. Like so. Alright. So obviously when you're drawing this, so this is where the muscles lie, and this is how they react. So they stretch up and stretch out and contract in. But when you're drawing them, when it's more stretched like this, you're not going to see the definition as much, okay, as when it's all bunched up like this. And so that's all about picking the lines when you're drawing, which we're going to go over toward the end of the course after we've finished the anatomy. So just remember to learn these. These are the 4 basic shapes or main forms of the back that you need to learn in order to portray a muscular, a muscly figure. If the character was not overly muscly, you would see less of the back muscles and more of the shoulder blades, like that. So I'll just leave this black dude in here so that you can see where the shoulder blades would roughly go. Although I think maybe I should make it, I might make it yellow so it stands out a bit more against that grey pencil. Oof, I don't know if that helped us any. Yeah, no, yellow's not helping. Let's try... Oh, there we go. Okay, so that's roughly where the shoulder blade would go. Alright, okay. So that's the front of the body and the back of the body. So that's all of the major muscle groups that you'll need to learn for this part of the body. And in a minute we'll move on to the arms and the legs. It's important, as I said, just to recap, there's an insertion point. You have to make sure you find where these muscles insert to, okay? And you have to keep in mind that they stretch and contract, okay? Alright, so you won't always be drawing the muscles, you know, bunched together like this. Okay. Alright, let's come back in the next lesson and we'll work on the arms.